Jean was looking at refinishing the basement.
This woman had an interior design store, and I just happened to mention that I was doing renovations. She says, well, I do that. Kitchen was going to be over here.
In the sunroom.
The designer soon realized that she could not do it.
Why is the plumbing on the outside of the structure?
Drywalled first, and then they cut open to run the plumbing, electrical, and ductwork.
Oh my God. They've completely cut out the support joist. They've ruined the structure.
Totally inexcusable.
Tell me my house isn't going to fall down.
Wow. Mike Holmes.
Look at this. Is that garbage or what? Look, you buggers, they haven't vented anything. This is ridiculous.
Everything is wrong. I've decided now to gut it. Take it all down.
Mike Holmes, I love you.
Me too.
You want a good job to keep me in shape?
Be a contractor.
Unacceptable.
God, I love my job.
I bought the house a year ago. I was waiting till spring to do renovations. Went into, it's actually a mall I was doing business in, and I saw this woman had a quite impressive interior design store. So I kind of went in because I thought, well, eventually I will get to that point where I will have to do blinds and drapes and the finishing touches.
Jean was looking at, well, refinishing the basement. She's bringing her daughter in and the kids in to move in upstairs, and she needed a room downstairs.
So I went in there, and I just happened to mention that I was doing renovations. She says, well, I do that.
The designer was extremely confident that not only could she design her job, that she could run it.
She took me through catalogs and books and things that she had done homes, and I was quite impressed. And she finally came over to my home. We met and had a discussion, and then she drew up a contract, which we sat down and went over at least 2 or 3 times, and we made changes so we were both comfortable with it.
Hello, hello.
Hi.
Hello, Jean.
Hi, Mike.
Nice to
see you again.
Oh, nice to see you
Yes,
again.
come on in.
I love how you keep your place so spotless.
Well, we try. We've got 3 little ones with us right now, but we try.
So tell me a bit about this. You
July.
hired a designer, correct?
She had told me she did renovations as well.
Fireplaces. What was
Yeah,
going to
this
happen
is-
here?
Well, I had a gas fitter come in and...
So you had a gas insert?
I paid extra money to have both of these taken down. No, they were gas.
Yeah?
They're no longer working as gas fireplaces. So she said, we'll keep this one as a wood-burning one.
We don't know what's within the chimney, what's been changed on this. This was a gas insert. That means there's a cut opening out the wall or up the chimney on how we had exhaust for gas fumes. You can't just turn this fireplace into a wood-burning fireplace.
Had they have set that fireplace the way they wanted it wood burning, and had they have lit it, it would have burnt the house down.
She was going to insulate this metal roof.
The idea is to turn the sunroom into a livable area.
First of all, this is a sunroom. This was
Right.
always a cold zone. Your home is a warm zone.
No.
You cannot turn this into a warm zone unless you bring it to code for a warm zone. Okay, so
But,
the object here was new kitchen downstairs
The kitchen was going to be over here
in the sunroom.
in the sunroom. She said she'd give me this beautiful kitchen in the sunroom, which would really be nice with the ravine on the back.
Okay.
And after I had an additional money, got a gas fitter in to disconnect both the gas fireplaces. At that point, she told me that we couldn't put the kitchen there because she couldn't get the plumbing in.
After the hopes and dreams of the kitchen going into the sunroom, the designer soon realized that she could not do it. So, okay, let's put it over to another area.
Well, I mean, right away I'm looking at why do we have holes in the wall and why is the plumbing on the outside of the structure?
Yeah, that's what...
And I don't see any ventilation on the drain. So my guess is they've drywalled everything up and then had to open up to run electrical
they
plumbing.
totally did all the drywall before they did the plumbing and the electrical.
I find that really funny. I do. I can't help it. I mean, to walk into a place and see everything drywalled first, and then they cut open to run the plumbing, electrical, and ductwork. Wow.
Can I see the bathroom?
This is just a nightmare. What she was going to do here, she actually did knock out the closet from this
That's your bedroom.
right here.
Well, this is weird because this is big
little
enough to
step.
create a bathroom without removing the closet.
The bathroom originally only came to here, so it was very small.
I'm really stunned with this
I
shower
don't know
stall
what this
issue
is.
because all we're doing is blocking the window and this doesn't work for me at all.
I'll set up the bathroom in a much better design. I think I'm going to put the vanity by the window and not the shower.
This toilet is approximately 27 inches away from the wall.
Okay.
Okay? how are you going to use this toilet? There's the shut off there. It should be turned this way. You can't get in here. And just imagine sitting in this little area, leaning against
Not
the wall
too
when you got such a
comfortable.
big bathroom.
I'm just gonna have to do a rough in. She doesn't have a lot of money right now, and I can do only the best that I can do within financials. So I'll make the bathroom safe. Right to inspection, completely passed. All she has to do really is tile and put some glass in.
Did she apply for a permit?
She didn't. She said it wasn't necessary.
Told the homeowner she didn't need a permit. Yeah, she did. 3 of them. You move plumbing, you move structure, you move electrical, you need a permit.
They've cut the rim over a doorway. They've cut it over each doorway. Oh my God, they cut it out. They've ruined the structure.
That was about the stupidest thing I've seen yet. You don't pull out structure. You just don't do that.
They've completely cut out the support joist within this section. Now the strength has been compromised because it does not carry over top of the load here. This is
And they've
not-
done this under all 3.
Oh, God.
Tell me my house isn't going to fall down.
Well, it hasn't fallen in yet, surprisingly.
To cut that, totally inexcusable. Totally.
To think that she's still out there doing homes, it frightens me as a homeowner and having a family with me. There's quite a hairline crack up here, and it's leaking because I think I told you my little grandson had a very bad accident here. She had her men take apart the Florida room, all the foam insulation and the covering below it. And it rained one night very, very heavy and a lot of water came in. And my little grandson came tearing down the stairs, you know, all excited, following me. And he went through the other entrance where the water was on the ceramics. And he took a slip and ended up in the hospital with a concussion.
She slammed her foot down and said, I don't want you back in my house. And I'm telling you, that was the right call.
That was just neglect on their part. It was an accident that could have been prevented, and that was the end of it.
So I'm gonna restructure it. I'm gonna open it up. Obviously, I'm gonna remove the plumbing, the electrical. In the kitchen, it'll be a rough in again. I'll finish the floor, I'll finish everything to the point that all she has to do is bring in a cabinet guy. At least I can make it nice, safe, pass all inspections, and then she can finish the bathroom and the kitchen later on.
You have been, I won't
mess.
say swindled, but
I
you're
feel
dealing
like
with someone
it.
that does not know what they're doing.
I do have faith in Homes on Homes. They're going to make it right, and I'm looking forward to it.
Oh my God. The floor is now pivoting at this point, wants to come down. See that? That means this area has already dropped. Oh my God, they cut it out. They've ruined the structure.
You don't pull out structure.
Now the strength has been compromised because it does not carry over top of the load here.
Totally inexcusable.
Tell me my house isn't going to fall down.
What we had here is, I think a designer who tried. Just hired a designer to come in and change the whole place. She brought in her own contractors and things like, let's take the gas insert out of here and turn it into a wood-burning fireplace. The idea was to take the Florida room, turn it into part of the living space, which, how can we do that? This is not to code to keep it nice and warm in here.
It's chilly in here.
There used to be a suspended ceiling in here. They've removed that. They pulled out the foam that was in the ceiling of the Florida room, and they obviously had, you know, like the trailer ceiling where they put the screws in and just nice light ceiling. She said they were going to frame all this, insulate it, drywall it, with what structure?
What?
What structure? What's going to hold it? The glass? It's aluminum, okay? You can't stud this and insulate it and drywall it. This is not designed for structure load. This is designed for aluminum only. Very lightweight load. It will take the winds. We see the glass in here. It's not thermal glass. That tells me this is just a porch. Look what they did.
Oh, jeez. Cut structural framing member. Oh.
Yes.
Not good.
All 3 locations.
Oh, is that right? Well, how's that holding? How's that even up?
That's a really good question. Oh my God. We see the outside header plate. This goes right up to the roof line, okay? This is major structure here. This is what I was worried about. Nothing underneath is holding this. What we see here is the floor is now pivoting at this point, wants to come down. We have to open this up quickly, go get some studs and do a temporary support on this till we determine how we're gonna fix this. I could see the floor joist from back here. Now I'm going to put up the level. All I'm looking for trueness is not unlevel.
When I put up this level, see that? That means this area has already dropped. Definitely not structured. I do it again. Look at this, we're sinking. I'm more stunned on this ductwork than I am with all the plumbing that's wrong, all the electrical that's wrong, the drywall. I'm more stunned about this. How can anybody become a contractor, come into somebody's home, and start attempting to do work they know nothing about? Oh, it's not nailed at all.
I'm seeing a lot of poor workmanship, really poor. I don't think I've ever seen anything like what I've seen in this job here. I do come from a family of builders. They took a lot of pride in their work, bricklayers who, were taught old school. They do really great work, and seeing this amazes me. There it is. As Mike's already shown, it's already started to sink on one side, so Sean's gone out to get some posts to jack it back up and sturdy it up. I mean, the thing's sinking in the matter of 6 months, so it's significant.
This will continue because there's nothing holding it. It will continue to weigh down. It's already dropped in the last few months, 3/8 of an inch. That's quite a bit when it comes to structure.
Excellent, look at that. Ah, I like it.
You notice I'm cutting the carpet out. I could go over top of it, but I want pure contact. So I want the floor, I want strength. It's only been recently that it's dropped 3/8 of an inch, and it's important to me to get it back up to where it was so we have no more stress upstairs.
You want a job to keep you in shape?
Yeah. Hire a contractor.
Be a contractor.
A little more. Listen to that structure. It happens when you mess with it. There we go. So this is safe now. It'll work, stay in place until we continue to take things down. I'll get another jack post on this side. And I'll figure out how I'm going to structure this. What happens when you play with structure? You hear that cracking? Boy, I don't like that.
What do you got there?
You got a hidden fireplace.
Everybody's drawing a wall over these days, and I don't really completely understand it. I guess that was another one of the designer's great ideas.
This is the original fireplace. She was telling me that it was a beautiful stone, and I don't understand the idea of covering this up because someone's dreaming of a clean look. You know, there's many things we can do. We can bleach this, use an acid on it, bring it back to white again. At least they didn't damage it. Drywalled here, drywalled here. Look at this frickin' layout. Holy cow. Designer, eh? Well, she doesn't know how to design bathrooms, I'll tell you that much. Okay, Damon, let's just pull down all the drywall in here. Only the green at this point. Obviously, we can see the old and the difference, which means they did not touch it or play with it. We want to see what they did behind this. Obviously, it's not the way we'd do it. There's no doubt about it. So they built the closet for the bedroom. What the hell is this? Is that supposed to be the floor of the closet? Like, who does that? This is a funny thing, seeing a piece of wood on the floor. Like, what the hell is this? Nothing nailed. Everything's nailed improperly. This is really hilarious. It's all finishing nails. Let's do structure with a trim gun. Here's the bottom of the closet. If this is no longer going to be a bedroom and you want it as a kitchen, let's leave it open. Let's leave it roomy. It's a sunroom. Let's let the light in. Let's not put a wall up here. Let's put in our kitchen cabinets and create a whole open concept. Look at this. The whole wall is not nailed. And I find a bottom plate that's not even attached. We're going to start from the beginning. And now I'm going to become the designer and the contractor. And I'm gonna help her redesign this properly.
So this works, eh?
It works.
Maybe when we're done, we can take a little trip in there.
Hey, that's not a bad idea.
Take off these overalls and get busy.
You hear that cracking? See what happens when you play with structure? Boy, I don't like that. So this is safe now. Okay. Well, I would like to bring Jean down, show her everything we found. Obviously, she's going to fall over when she realized we took everything down. Show her the structure, the major issues with the structure. I just thought I'd take you down and really take a look at what we've done so far.
This is fantastic. It's better already.
That's the funny part. It's better already.
It is better already.
Well, I had to
love it.
I had to take it all down.
He really gets to the source of the problem, and major issues he tackles and just gets rid of it and does his job.
I'm extremely disappointed with the people that touched the duct lines, okay? Because if we look at this, what have they done? All 3 holes were cut over an entrance or a window. Because of that, nothing was holding it. It had actually fallen already approximately 3/8 of an inch. So I had to go get jack posts and jack it up and get it back to where it was.
These were the experts with the furnace people that did this. So I didn't realize what had happened until Mike pointed it out to me. I'm not a builder. Okay, so it's secure now.
Everything is secure now, but because of this, it changes everything we were talking about. Okay? Because this whole wall now has to be addressed for structure. We're going to take the center point and give you double doors, okay, like a French door style.
Oh, okay.
A window on the end. Now what this does is allows me to structurally support everything that's been screwed with, okay, and give you window for open concept, light from the sunroom and
so
everything else.
So we can still have the beauty of the ravine.
Right.
I just can't believe it, truly, what I've seen. And it's going to be safe and sound. That's what I'm concerned about.
We're going to finish this to a rough-in for you, rough-in stage that you can address the kitchen later. But I see things like a nice, wonderful island across here.
Oh, that'd be great.
Okay, and
yes.
Bar stools on the other side, right? A cabinet's completely across the back.
It sounds really good. I like the plan, and I'm looking forward to seeing the finished results.
Oh, Dan, we broke it all up, and you can see just how lovely that was just under the concrete, eh? Total joke.
Popped right back up.
What I want to do is we know the toilet's wrong. It's now facing this way. Let's bring it back out to code. Let's keep in mind that I'm probably going to stud this wall.
Okay.
So by studding this wall, we need 4 extra inches.
Toilet, Mike, is going to be sitting like this?
That's correct.
Like that?
That's correct. So we'll bring that out, turn it this way, bring it out further. I want this to be the vanity sink.
Sitting all here?
Yep, so we'll bring the plumbing up through, do what we have to do to bring up. We have vent here, so whatever you have to do, you do it, I'll build around it, okay?
Okay, beautiful.
It's unfortunate, but none of this plumbing is correct. We have no choice but to pull it all out and do it again. We want to make sure that we have proper runs down to the main drain. We'll move the toilet, redo the shower, and make sure it's properly vented. We have a wild day happening today. We're at day 4. We're trying very fast to get the structure up because I've called in the inspector to take a look. We know we had to carry the load to the floor, which continues load upstairs. However, we have an opening here that really is holding nothing. As far as I'm concerned, it has to be structured, so I come up with an idea, and I'm just going to okay it with him. It's whether or not the inspector is going to say okay to it, which I'm sure he will.
I got the kitchen sink going, Mike, and up there behind the wall. And then,
excellent.
So inspector should be by soon. I gotta tie that vent in. They'll see it going across.
Yeah, you're almost there now.
I'm almost there now. Yeah, exactly.
Now that this wall that we're putting up is becoming an exterior wall, that means that this is the cold zone out here. By code, you gotta have silt paper wrapped around your king and jack studs before the window goes in. And what happens is your tie back that goes on here, this wraps around the tie back, and then your vapor barrier that goes inside here, this wraps around that, and then you duct tape that, and you keep condensation away from the window. That's the idea of it. And it's by code, you gotta have it.
I've just thought left, right, and center what I'm going to do with this area, and I've just come up with take it down. The lights, the ceiling, all the tiles in the wall, because I can't repair the tile where they removed the electrical baseboards. I can't get a proper door in here at 78 inches in height. You can start by popping all the tile on this side to let me see what's in here.
Okay.
This is rather a very large zone when I can change it down to a more comfortable doorway. Besides, you know what? Now that I see this, I really want to see how this was structured, to be honest. Well, it's a little bit of a pain to remove this, but now that I see it, I'm wondering what they did with the structure. I see 2 bolts, which tells me more than likely they have steel lintel and hopefully it bolted through. But does it carry properly across? Like, why do this plywood effect? It doesn't make any sense to me at all. Well, we'll see. And I mean, I need to take it down to see if I can get the height for a standard door. Somebody did that right. Well, whoever did this was done years ago. Obviously, they'd cut an opening. I'm going to assume at one time there was a doorway here. They've cut the opening. We are carrying a very large lintel. Hopefully one on both, each side, inside and out. They've carried across at least 6 inches on structure, which means they've done this correct. Can you see a lintel on the other side?
Yeah, for sure.
So we have 2? Mm-hmm. Good. That's nice to see. So we'll just continue taking it down, continue on with the rest, and we'll prep to close this in and get it passed by the inspection.
The bathroom originally only came to here, so it's very small.
Look at this freaking layout. I'll set up the bathroom in a much better design. Let's just pull down all the drywall in here. We want to see what they did behind this. Obviously, it's not the way we do it. Today we're getting ready to put new concrete in the floor so we can get the shower stall framed. We've had everything passed by the inspector, all the plumbing, structure. He's loving the work. He says very good. I like hearing that. Once this is all cemented down, we'll finish the framing and start closing up. We want to make sure we have a stone base underneath the concrete, so we have a drainage bed under the concrete. Last thing you want to do is lay the concrete right on ground. In case moisture or water gets underneath, the concrete will wick it right through, and we don't want that. So it's wise to have a drainage bed and a fill, so we don't have to use a ton of concrete. For a small job like this, we don't have to call in a concrete truck. Just mix it by hand. It's only 16 bags. We'll mix 2 at a time. So we'll do 8 barrels. This is a saccrete mix. In other words, we have stone, cement, and sand in there, which gives us exactly what we want for the base floor. If you were just use, let's say, a Portland cement and sand, it's not as strong. So we want to make sure we have stone in it. When it comes down to it, it's important to have the right concrete for the right job. Looks good, Damon. You've done this before, right?
A couple of times, yeah.
Well, once this dries, we'll get the studded wall up, pull up the rest of the tiles, do a scratch coat so we can help level it with the thin set, and then we'll put the tile down.
All right.
After we drywall. Great. Frank, you're supplying me the insert, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so you have questions, or?
Well, what I wanted to address was this mantelpiece over here. My concern was that this mantelpiece may interfere with the faceplate of the fireplace insert.
You can drop this, the 2 verticals, and the mantle. I have to break this out so the fireplace insert goes in, and we're hoping we have an extended back panel. But the idea is we need a flush surface. So we didn't have it. I have to remove it, and I may have to do some tuck pointing in here, or in other words, add some cement, but that's not a big issue. I want it nice and tight to the wall. So we're just pulling it out. Sean, I was doing that. Thanks, man.
Finish it off.
Let me do something.
Finish her off. I'll be framing the washroom.
Always does it. He just comes in and does it. Gotta love it. Perfect. Perfect.
Safeties are required, 12 inches within a box. I prefer to put them 8 inches just for neatness. You want all your wires running down, neat and straight. You have also metal stoppers that come out on the staple, because you want the staple to be snug with the wire. You want room for the wire to breathe. You don't want to overstaple. Overstapling does cause arcing on the wire, which can cause a fire in a house. So don't staple too hard when you are stapling your wires.
Right now, Sean is framing for the shower stall. I'm gonna give him a hand here so I can get this done quicker. We're going to do the studding, we'll do concrete boarding all the way around. We'll put up the watertight membrane within the system in itself, the foam tray in the floor. So this will be completely set for tile. I don't think I can get to the tile. I will tile the floor because we're finicky that way, and I want this floor to be somewhat nice and usable and give her a toilet. Then she can pick her own cabinets, pick her colors, everything else. We'll prime it. I don't have a lot of height here because of the bulkhead, but I have to create nailing edges all the way around to get it up to that height to secure my ceiling. You can see I'm as close to that ductwork as possible without touching it with the wood, with anything, with drywall. I have made this extremely strong. Now we've tied it all the way around. You like that? You have made this extremely strong! All right, let's get some heat in here. I chose to use a gas insert. To me, it's efficient, it's safe. We're gonna make sure that we put the liners within the chimney. Let's get this place warm. And it looks damn good. Look, it doesn't even hurt that the mantle's gone. The look is great. You guys are pros. I love pros. Good job. Thank you. Okay. I didn't get the doors in today. We've had a lot to do. We got the fireplace in, a lot of studding, insulating. But by the end of today, we will have this fully insulated, vapor barrier right across to help keep the heat in. We'll also get the cement poured in the bottom there so we can install the doors on Monday. Oh, as far as I'm concerned, Monday, both doors will go in. We will finish off the electrical, possibly start the drywall. I feel good. You know why? The heat is on. This gotta weigh about 400 pounds. Object today is to get these doors in. I had a dream last night that we're gonna have a problem bringing it in here. Sure looks like we're going to. Never mind a problem carrying it.
Son of a
Here's the problem. It's a pre-hung door to be installed from the outside. We've got to get it inside to install it from the outside. So just kitty corner to the other side if you can, because it might go. It was so close. Right to the corner, can we?
Okay, it's gonna go.
No way. A little bit of ingenuity. Oh, God, I don't believe this. That's it, I'm going home. It's great to make a door like that, but you gotta move it. We got it through the door. It wasn't that easy, but we got it through. The hardest part is how heavy it is. I think it would have been easier had I have actually built this myself, put in jambs and made the doors, but would it be as beautiful and would it be as weather tight? No, right? So this is why we go to the pre-made, pre-hung unit. I mean, pros and cons of everything. Cons, it weighs, seems like 1,000 pounds, and is that heavy. Did that one feel light compared to this one?
I don't know about that.
No?
See how light it is?
All right. What I'm gonna try and do is get rid of this fireplace right now and see how the other one's gonna fit in here. It was a gas fireplace. It's an old one. I had somebody look at it and they advised us highly not to put it back in. Do we really want gas out here? Because of the window, it's an issue with having the exhaust come out here. It can actually melt the glass. This was actually pretty well made for the year that it was made. We had the plywood, the marble, the tile within.
So what's your problem? It's not up to your fashion standards or something?
Well, it's got to come down.
Oh, really?
And I know how you like to rip things apart.
You really think I like ripping stuff apart, don't you? Just don't get it, do you?
You don't, do you?
This is what I do for you.
I know that, buddy.
I'm just teasing.
So
Okay.
I'm going to ask you kindly, would you please take it apart?
You got a grenade?
You might need it. It's well done. This is just a standard plywood box framing with a nice marble top and marble skirt with tile inserts. It worked for probably when it was installed as being a gas fireplace, although you don't want to put that in a room like this. So I have purchased an electric fireplace that's really almost the same look, but it's white. I think it's going to work out here. This was so well put together. I'm stunned. That's the way things should be done. It should be hard to take anything apart. Well, it's flying along. We have Ed with his guys in doing the finishing on the walls. It really helps because for me, it gives a really nice effect. I don't have to drywall it. I don't like drywalling a cold zone at all. Anything to do with moisture buildup really is no good. Hey, Ed.
Yes, sir.
You got the first coat up, did you?
Yes, sir. We do have a first coat up, and what we did, we roughened up a little bit with the roller.
Okay.
And then we're gonna do the cuts. It's gonna look
so
like
we're gonna make it look like stone.
Like
beautiful.
Stone, yeah.
Beautiful. She's gonna die to see this.
Gotta be right, exactly consistency, and if it's too wet, you would leave the imprint of the level. So it's gotta be dry enough so you can touch it and do the cuts.
So what I'm doing here, I'm just getting on the plywood, finishing up the framing so that Ed can get a scratch coat on and get some mesh on and get it done.
Just trying to fly along here. His Ed's almost done that room, and we want to get him in here. We don't want to stop him. But we're getting there.
On the plywood, we have to go with non-cementitious prep coat, which is a type of glue. It sticks to plywood, doesn't go apart. Either you can use it inside or outside, it doesn't matter on the weather. And it bonds together and it doesn't separate.
So we're looking at 100% adhesive.
100% adhesive, exactly.
Now that's a hell of a lot better than using any type of parging material, which is really not an adhesive.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Excellent. Okay, so we're gonna mesh it, and then we do a second coat.
A second coat with jewelstone.
Okay.
And we're gonna try to finish like slate.
Beautiful, just like the look in there.
Just like in the other room, yeah.
Man, I'm excited. Well, it's a fun day today. We have James in here, a wild drywaller. He's gonna drywall the whole area, including the bathroom. Ed has made me a very happy man. Look at this. Is this not what we want to see? I love it. This gives me the opportunity now to work on the ceiling once this is done. We have, I don't know, a couple days, 3 days left. A little bit under the gun, but I'm used to that. This is what happens all the time.
Are you up or are you in?
I'm in. You're gonna have to catch some longer screws to get up in between.
Yeah.
So we do have some screws into the rafters.
Yeah, we've got everything for this. We figured that. We've got 2 inches, 1 5/8, and 1 1/4, which is our standard.
A man is prepared. I like that.
We can color with the powder or we can use liquid colors. The solid color we can use on the moldings. On the walls, we dilute the liquid color with the water to the color that we need. We're gonna try in one corner. First, if the customer likes the color, we carry on. If we need a little bit darker or lighter, we add a color or we add a little bit white in just to lighten up a little bit. The paint, it dries half away. We're gonna add some darker brown, some white, just to get a little bit accent so that everything doesn't look the same.
You look like an artist. I tell you, look at it. He's got his paint pad here, doing the mixing. Look at that. So you'll do the grout lines afterwards?
After we finish with the highlights.
Ed, I am thoroughly stunned. I don't believe it. Way better than I expected. Way better. Man, what a difference drywall and plaster makes, eh? Big bathroom. It's the right design. It works. I like it. Fire, heat, especially because it's winter outside. It's coming together. It's gonna fall over, especially coming out here. I've been fighting myself on what am I gonna do with the ceiling. I think I'm just gonna use a foam board on the top and I'm gonna use a fabric to come down. It's nice and light, it's gonna look good. We're making a lot of progress today. James is putting the first coat of primer on the walls. He's fussy that way. It's good. Benji's in the bathroom just putting up the tiles. We've already installed all the cement board and the waterproof membrane. That's the way to make it watertight.
Yesterday we came in and started the tile. I always like to start in the center. Some people will go from the full end and end up with a little piece here, but I always like to keep the tile symmetrical, so I always find the center, mark the line, and then I start over, so that when you look at the tiles, you got the same cut on each side. So today we'll finish it off. We'll put the pan down. These are porcelain. Typically, porcelain is a better product in the wet zone. It doesn't absorb. It doesn't absorb like ceramic will. But generally, porcelain is a good one for showers. Everything that's in the shower has the properties of antibacterial and antifungal. So it's a really watertight shower, and you know they should get many, many years of good use out of it. See that line coming down? And it goes completely centered, completely centered, completely centered, completely dead bullseye center to the drain. You know, some people might, think it's a little bit anal, but I think it looks good. Well, what we're doing here is we ran short of tile that's on the floor, and we can't get this type of tile anymore, not quick enough for what we need. So what I've decided to do is thin set it yesterday with white thin set, this is scratch coat, mesh the seams, and now today, it's just like a pargin effect. I'm gonna take grout, which is dyed the same color as the grout that I'm using in the joints, and I'm gonna parge this whole ceiling, and then I'm gonna brush it, and it gives it a nice look like that. Just taking a trowel and just spin it in a circular motion, and it just mixes it all up and gives it different crevices and whatnot. It just mimics the stone, makes it look a little bit like stone. And then tomorrow, once it's dry, we'll seal it up with a bunch of coats of sealer. And I think we got it. Voila.
For the run of this bathroom, I would recommend that we keep it straight, no staggered pattern.
That's right.
Let's do it. It's gonna look good. Look at that, eh? I wasn't gonna give her a bathroom. I really wasn't. I was just gonna do a rough in. I was gonna give her a toilet. I was gonna tile the floor, tile the shower stall. But you know what? She's been such a sweetheart that I just wanted to do something a little bit extra for her. I mean, we've already come this far. Might as well finish the whole bathroom. Make sure we use the right adhesive for each job. This is a PL300, Professional Line 300 caulking. It is definitely made for foam to any substrate such as metal, plastic, wood. There's got to be about 1,000 different types of caulking and adhesive out there, and you want to make sure you use the right one for the right procedure. If you use the wrong adhesive on foam, foam is very sensitive. It'll just burn through it and it won't adhere to anything. It'll just burn a big hole in it. That's the last thing we want when we want to use it for an R value. Okay, Des, you want to continue on with this, please? Sure. We got lots of 300 there. Take a look at Sean.
For my grout, I'm going to mix straight acrylic bonding agent, which will basically strengthen and self-seal the grout, so I don't have to come back afterwards and seal the grout. So it's straight up 2 quarts of bonder to a bag of grout.
Today is the day. Today is the day to get everything in place. Carpet's going in right now. I tell you, the last day is always the wicked day. That's when everybody comes in. Electricians, plumbers, carpet guys, all of us, everybody running around. We gotta get the ceiling done today. I'll wait, have the carpet done first, clean up, paint. But today is the day. Today is the day that we will be done. And we're gonna bring her down and she's gonna fall over because this is totally different than when I first walked in here.
This is like an indoor carpet, like a commercial carpet. It's a very durable carpet. Basically, in the other kind of carpet, you're gonna have to tackle down and put some underpad, but in this case, we're not gonna use any underpad, just gonna glue it down. Then if you wanna remove it, you can remove it easily. It won't be a big deal.
Okay, Benji.
Okay, Craig.
Here's how you cut the line.
Show me.
Okay.
See this.
First coat, you're gonna hang back about 3 millimeters from the line. Yeah. Second coat, this little section here is dry.
Right.
So now is when you try to get your line. It's really easy because you're skating across paint.
That's a laser cut.
But that's the trick.
Yeah, that's the trick, eh?
I'll try one.
Yeah.
You got the white paint ready, just in case?
Oh yeah. Just try to go in there nice and lightly.
And kind of get the tip of it.
Could use a little bit more paint on your brush,
Yeah, it's
but
a little
Benji, you
dry.
got a great line there.
That isn't
Not bad.
Not
Yeah.
bad. He
Bad
did
for a
it.
beginner.
Yeah.
That's right.
Now I'll expect you to pick up a paintbrush.
Well,
Help us out every once in a
yeah,
while.
yeah, we will.
So I've changed my mind again. Why? I couldn't find a fabric that was wide enough to fit in between the square channels, and I didn't want to do any sewing effect or anything, so somebody came up with an idea of soffit. Boom. I loved it. Light, aluminum. Put up the J-mold all the way around, throw in the soffit right across. We have 12-foot length, so we have just over 10 feet. We'll cut them to fit. Put up the screws. It's going to look clean. Metal. It's already pre-painted, white, factory finish. It's going to be absolutely gorgeous. That was smart. She doesn't even know I finished the bathroom. I told her rough in only. But you know what? She's a sweetheart. So I finished it. Surprise. Last little thing to do is get this fireplace in, get it lit up. Let's do it. Beautiful.
Excellent.
All right. Let's get Jean. Jean? Let's take a look at your bathroom first, okay?
Okay, I'm ready. I've been waiting for this.
Now you know, I was only doing a rough end, right?
Oh, it's beautiful.
But instead, I actually
Isn't
finished it
that
for you.
gorgeous? I can hardly wait to see the shower. Oh, wow.
We actually finished it.
Yes.
So you have a
I don't think you had planned to do that
No.
initially.
No, but you're a
Thank you so
sweetheart.
much. It's beautiful.
I give you a sink, a toilet.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, we actually give you the bathroom.
That is a surprise.
Well, for me, this was hell because we actually broke up all the floor again, removed all that shower stall that was in front of the window.
Yes.
Now, I've done shower stalls in front of windows, but not in that order. We don't just put up a ton of walls with an angle of a window that you can't even see from the front doorway. What does it show? It shows everybody on that job did not know what they were doing. Now this works.
Oh, and we kept the
You remember
stove.
this wall?
Yes.
All our
I
structural
love
problems
those
from the
doors.
ductwork?
Yes.
Now, I was a little bit upset with the ductwork. Actually, I was extremely upset because we're talking about an $8,000 repair for structure alone.
My goodness.
No common sense. None whatsoever on this job. As a matter of fact, I'm surprised the house did not fall down in that neighborhood. New fireplace.
Yes.
Now,
And
this
you
is-
kept the stone.
I kept the stone. I like it. I
Yes.
still even like the old rust stains in it. To me, it has character.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Is that actual flames in there?
Yes.
Like
That's gas. Don't touch
okay,
that. That's,
no, okay.
Yeah, that's hot. Let's take out the gas insert and put in a wood-burning fireplace without bringing in any specialty people. And had they have done that, the house would have burnt down when they lit it once. Now this is going to be your kitchen, your future kitchen.
Oh,
And the way I've designed this, you'll have counters all across here and an island here. All right? An island right
okay.
here. So that's what I would recommend. No upper cupboards. Let's
No.
keep the open concept in here. So
I
just
love
base
it.
cabinets.
It's beautiful. I just can't believe the contrast.
Many people have said to me in the past, Mike, isn't the homeowner kind of 50% responsible for this? And you know what? I have to say no. Now, they have to have some fault to it, but how much fault? They believe they're hiring someone that's professional to help lead them in the right direction or do the job properly. So how do you blame the homeowner for not knowing?
Oh my goodness.
Now let's turn back to a cold zone.
Oh, isn't that lovely?
I gave you
Oh, that's beautiful.
I brought in
It
a
looks
friend
like a
of
warm
mine.
zone.
I brought in a friend of mine. His name is Ed.
Oh, isn't that beautiful? Oh,
He's
I
a-
can't believe it.
This is a different finish. Look at that door.
Isn't that
nice
awesome?
leading into the hot tub
Yes.
area?
It doesn't look like the same basement. I swear it doesn't.
Oh, it's not. By
That is
far.
so beautiful. The ceiling is also new, is it not?
Yes, and you know what? I've been fighting myself for the last 2 weeks on this, and it finally popped in my head today to use soffit, and we did it all today. completed it today, and it just gives it a nice effect. That was a lot of fixing we had to do for somebody that came in, took it apart, and made it 10 times worse than it actually was.
I don't know what to say. I'm flabbergasted. It's just awesome. Can we go into the hot tub room? Yeah. This is beautiful. Because this was nothing here. It was just open space.
That's right.
Yeah. And all that, that horrible tile is gone I had. The gray tile.
I took it all down.
Yes. Just beautiful. I just can't imagine this is my basement.
Did I do my job?
Yes. Thank you so much.
Well done.
All of you guys, you've just been great. I can't thank you enough.
You just did.
Yeah,
You
it's
just
lovely.
did. You're gonna hire someone? Check them out. I don't care who they are. I don't care if it's a home inspector, designer, dentist. I don't care who they are. How long you've been in the business? Are you licensed? Are you insured? And all the people around you. How long they've been in the business? Are they licensed and insured? And I want to see it. Simple as that. Another good one.
Excellent. Mike.
Great weekend.
Mike, yeah, you too, buddy.
We'll see you Monday.